Hi there, hey, my name is Joshua Hale. I'm the chief of the East Central Fire and EMS Protection Territory. We're located in Allen County, Indiana. I'm going to take you through our 2022 Pierce Heavy Duty Rescue Pumper. We'll start right here in the driver's seat. This apparatus, we've chose to go with a little bit of a red and a black interior finish. As we move down to the side of the truck, I want to take a minute and point out some things that we have on the side of it here. We wanted to pay a tribute to our past fire chief, Chief John Bennett. Chief Bennett was with us for 41 years. He was a United States Marine Corps veteran who served in Vietnam. So we felt it was important to pay our tribute to him. Also, as you'll see here, we have 5 stations at East Central, and every station has a station logo. This will be at our central station, and this is the logo that represents the staff at our central station. As we go ahead and open up into our passenger compartment here in the back, I want to point out something that was important on this build, and it was our EMS compartment. The EMS compartment was important to us. We run about 1,200 fire calls a year, and we run about 3,000 EMS calls a year. So any priority 1 emergency, life-threatening emergency, heart attacks, chest pains, difficulty breathing, we send this engine with an ambulance. This engine is equipped with a paramedic unit, so this box here will be able to help us hold all of our paramedic and ALS equipment and supplies on this truck. We're very proud to have a paramedic certified unit. As we move over here to the pump panel, this is one of many Pierces we have in our fleet, and we wanted to make sure that we had a clean and organized pump panel that's easy to operate for our operators. And as you can see, everything is easily labeled, nicely designed, and well organized. All of our cross lays and all of our hose loads they're color coded for the hose that we have on our deployment. The 2 cross lays have the quick disconnect with 1 pull on this orange webbing here. That'll come down. It'll be easy deployment for the firefighters. Being in a rural area where we sometimes have to do tanker nursing operations, we wanted to have the ability to have a quick deployment with a small section of hose right here. So we have the hose trough on each side of the pump panel. Something else you'll notice on this pump panel is we have a screen here. As I said, we may have to do drafting operations. So in the event that we have to draft from the passenger side of the rig, this camera will allow us to see what's going on the opposite side of the rig. As we move down this side of the truck, you'll see that we have a plan in place that we are going to implement storage as we get this truck back home and we work to get it in service. So we are a clean slate so that our staff can work to have everything that we would need. We would start here. This is going to be our operator's compartment. We will have gear storage. We will have a toolbox and different fittings. We'll move on here. This will be where we will keep all of our hand tools, axes, halligans, pike poles, shovels. This truck will also hold several spare air bottles. So we'll have the ability to have 4 on this side as well as the other side. As you look above, we are in East Central. We are a fire protection territory made up of several municipalities, but this was purchased 100% by the city of New Haven. So we pay a little bit of a tribute to the city of New Haven that helped us purchase this rig. As we move to this compartment, we will put saws and other tools that we use for firefighting operations. And our intent is this will be what we would classify as the firefighting side of the rig, and the passenger side will be more of the extrication side of the rig. One of the things that we decided to choose and pick the heavy-duty rescue pumper was due to this large amount of space and compartment space that we have. This truck, we are blending 3 apparatus into 1. Our current career staff, they run any one of 3 apparatus. So with us taking 3 trucks and combining all that equipment and personnel into 1, the heavy-duty rescue pumper with its space was very important to us. We'll come around to the back side. We opted to have a low hose bed for easy loading, easy deployment. We have the through the tank ladders. This is standard on all of our apparatus. We also have 2 compartments above there for our hard suction hose. And because this is, for us, a rescue pumper where we'll respond on other EMS calls and car crashes, we'll also have a Stokes basket up there. And we do have some space and some storage up above. We're going to go ahead and move on around to the passenger side. As I was explaining on the other side of the rig, this will be primarily for extrication or rescue. We will place all of our extrication equipment in this compartment as when we get back home and we fit it for all that. We move over to this compartment here. This is gonna hold all of our hazmat supplies. This will hold all of our specialty tools. We call it our man versus machine kit. Moving over to this cabinet here, it's gonna hold our absorball. It's gonna hold brooms, and it will hold all of our Rescue 42 struts. As we move to this side of the pump panel, you'll see right above me is where the camera is. That camera is what's gonna allow us to see if we have a dump tank and we're doing dump tank operations on this side of the rig. Something we didn't talk about on our driver's side was our scene lighting. This truck has adequate scene lighting for our operations late at night. We have a telescoping light on each side. Our fire department is trying to promote fire prevention and risk reduction in our community. So we wanted to pay a tribute to that with our Fire is Everyone's Fight logo. On both sides of our apparatus, due to the size of the cab, we have special storage for operator items and other small miscellaneous tools. I'd like to come up to the officer's seat of the truck. This was very important in our custom build. Our staff that worked on this, they worked with the engineers at Pierce to make sure that the officer's seat was as far back as we could to give the officer maximum room and maximum operation. We'll have the ability for the officer to have his MDT and the computer up there up front. We also chose with this build to make sure that we had a headset system to protect the hearing of the firefighters and to improve communications with the staff inside the rig. With the front of our apparatus, we wanted to make sure that we had we call a trash line that's easily able to be deployed. And we also have the ability to have some 5-inch hose up here. And with this truck, we'll also have the ability to draft from the front of our apparatus. With the front of this rig, we wanted to get into some of the history that our department has. And in the past, our department is very big to make sure that we had a road array on every truck, as well as so a new item for this is the Mars lights. And as we look at the cab, some of the things that are important to note about the cab is we do have the side roll protection. We have all the airbags and the Haas system. Thanks for watching the tour of our new Pierce apparatus, and enjoy your time at FDIC 2022.